Hello, everybody. A very warm welcome. And there are some people on, which is great. It's almost the same number every time initially we come on, and then more and more people are adding. So that's great. A very good evening, a very good morning, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're well. And it's just so nice to be here again and to see you and to connect. Let me just switch. I have this little switchboard here, so I'm kind of moving. Hello from to Texas, Yorkshire, North Carolina, Los Angeles. That's so wonderful. Hello back from Los Angeles. It's just great to have so many people who are here regularly, who tune in, who connect, and who want to take things further for themselves and for the world. And of course, that's the big idea behind the Reiki revolution, to really take things further. My time in Los Angeles is really interesting. I am having a lot of conversations I suppose I wouldn't normally have, just through the people I meet, through friends, just uh, well, chance meetings or not so chance, but lots of people, and it's very interesting to have all these conversations. And one thing is really interesting. Um, I find that a lot of people struggle. Almost everybody. Some people say it, with others, I just sense it. But very few people seem to struggle when they look at the state of the world. They are simply so overwhelmed by what's happening in their own lives, their career, their health, their families, their friends, anything from bereavement to um, unexpected things that happen in their lives. It's fascinating. And of course, I know it so well from my own life, how we are just so consumed by pure survival, or supporting those around us, or engaging with those around us, that it's very difficult to see the bigger picture. But of course, I still haven't been able to let go of this terrible habit of mine of just watching news on various channels. I primarily don't watch them, I read them, and I read, I think, six or so different newspapers a day. And then, of course, they are updated, and I read them on the apps. So I'm getting all the alerts of news and so on. And it is just unbelievable what is happening anywhere in the world, from shootings to war to people not being able to feed themselves, to natural disasters. It is just unbelievable. Um, but of course, we know that the outer world is a reflection of our inner world. And the struggles we have in everyday life, we then project onto everything else. So um, we feel we need to defend ourselves, and we project that onto our country. So we feel we need to project our country. We are overwhelmed by everyday life. We see life sometimes as an enemy. Of course, we then see another country as an enemy. So there is such a strong correlation between our own lives and the world. And in a way, the root cause of all of this is our struggles with ourselves. The root cause of all of that is our lack of self love. And this is something that took me such a while to understand. And only very recently it became quite clear when in my latest book, There Is a Way, my guides told me to include a chapter on self-love. And that is something I hadn't planned. In fact, there are two chapters I hadn't planned. One is about sexuality, one is about self-love. And the two are very different things, but of course, the two may also be very connected. But I hadn't planned to put anything of that kind into the book because I didn't like the word self-love. You need to look after yourself, put some foundation on, or I don't know, whatever. Take some time for yourself. I need me time. I do something for myself. I have a massage. I have a spa weekend away. I just don't do anything today, and I just do whatever I really want. This is what we often identify with self-love, but it's not self-love, it's self-care. And that is important to do something for us. But this is not self-love. Self-love, I thought, was then about loving ourselves. And I kind of struggled with this idea. I love my whatever. Let's just say, take a very, very kind of simple example. I love my dog. I love my family. So this is what I love. But loving yourself, isn't it necessary to connect with somebody else in order to really be in love? So how do we then love ourselves? I understand that we can accept ourselves, yes, with all our talents and all our shortcomings, but loving ourselves, what do we love ourselves for? Do we love ourselves because we are beautiful, we are clever, we are a good driver, we have just achieved something? Um, do we love ourselves if it's not like for something, for an achievement, just for who we are? But then who are we? I found it so difficult. And sometimes maybe I'm overcomplicating things, but I am, in order to then try to really get to the root of it. And I just didn't understand the word self-love. So that's not a very good foundation for a chapter in a book when you don't really understand at all what you are writing about. And what then became much clearer is that self-love is not about loving ourselves on the condition that we are good, we are smart, we achieve something, whatever. I love myself in the new outfit. So not that kind of love, not conditional love, but just loving ourselves for being ourselves. And the path I was given was to basically find the love within and realize that ultimately we are love. So self-love doesn't mean that we have to love ourselves. It ultimately means realizing that we are love. Our essence is love. And when we can feel the love within, when we just sit in this love and be this love, this is the ultimate self-love. It's unconditional. It's just there. And it's totally encompassing. It there's just nothing but love when we stay in this presence of love, and in this realization that we hold it inside and we are love. And we will be doing an exercise in a moment, and we will be doing this all together, sharing, well, feeling the love and sharing the love together. And I'm really, really looking forward to that. But just imagine we are love, and we don't need to make an effort. We just are love. And when we are love, then everything we do is sharing this love. So everything we do is an act of love. And of course, there are different kinds of love. And there is the love we have for other people, for very special other people. And that is perfectly okay. In fact, it's perfectly healthy and necessary to have people to be specifically in love. This is very much in our human nature. So we do love our family because it's our family, or we may struggle with our family, but we love our friends, or we love one friend in particular, or we love our gorgeous neighbor, something like that, or we love this very, very special person. And there may be ups and downs, but suddenly the love is not needy anymore. When you read, and I'm pretty addicted to that as well, these help columns in newspapers. Dear so and so, I have been in love with my best friend for 5 years and I don't know how to tell them, or something like that. So much there is about love. And what is so interesting is it's not really about love, it's about neediness. I need that person. I'm incomplete without that person. I'm suffering when the person is not there. So we feel not complete, we feel not happy, we are nervous. We need to be with that person. And even though this is to a certain degree a normal aspect of a a relationship, to really want to be with that person and to long to be with that person, still it can only work once we feel still the love within, once we rest in our self-love. Only when we do that, we can have a harmonious and, well, in a way, more relaxed, more understanding, and more forgiving relationship. Because what the other person is or does doesn't constitute what we are. We are, and we feel the special bond, which may be karmic, which may be because it's a soulmate. It may be from a higher plane where from the spirit world, where we already decided that we wanted to get back together. Sometimes it takes a very, very long time. Sometimes it lasts a relatively short time. And that's okay. We may be together for a while. We may be in this particular loving relationship for a while, and then we realize that we fall out of love. But that doesn't mean that we don't have love for each other anymore. It is just not the romantic love anymore. So there are so many aspects to this, but the foundation of everything is self-love. When we're in self-love, when we feel the love within, when we are at ease, when we are at peace with ourselves, then we do not need as much from other people. We can give more, and we realize we can give so much because we have so much, because we have all this love. So this is what came up for the topic of self-love. And there are ways, there are techniques to get to that. But of course, we are utilizing Reiki, and Reiki is just this wonderful, tangible, practical tool that we are having and that we really need to spread. And therefore, I would like to invite you in a moment to join me in an exercise and really feel this love. Love and peace are very similar in a way. When you are in love with yourself, when you find this love, then you are at peace. And on Saturday in Los Angeles, I'm offering a workshop. If you haven't seen that already on my newsletter, it's called Reiki for Inner Peace. And it's a succession of very innovative uh, exercises, step by step, allowing us to make peace with the past, to make peace with the presence, to make peace with other people, to make peace with circumstances, and primarily to make peace with ourselves. It's a whole day workshop from 10 to 4:30 at the Peace Yoga Gallery in downtown LA. And you can just send me an email if you are interested, and then I send you all the details. And I am planning to offer this workshop more. I did it once before in London, and it was a very, very intense. I think in a way it was probably the most intense one-day workshop I've ever done. It's a real journey, but it does bring more peace and it does open us up more to love. And to then understand that all this is part of a bigger picture, I'm also running a past life regression workshop in LA the following week. That's so the Reiki workshop, Reiki for Inner Peace, is on Saturday, the 22nd, and the past life regression is in the evening on Wednesday, the 26th. So if you are interested in that, then please get in touch. If you're interested in hosting a workshop like that, or if you are interested in um, participating in one, but you are not in Southern California, then please let me know. And I am planning to offer more of these workshops because I feel they are a really, really important step on our journey and they reach more people. Both workshops are accessible and designed for people who have not done Reiki before, but they are also quite advanced so that Reiki practitioners, Reiki masters can take them and they will still take a lot from it for themselves. It's probably even more designed for people who've already had quite a bit of a journey with Reiki, but it is already accessible for people who've not done Reiki before. And I will be, which is very exciting. Just, I think I mentioned it last week. I'm not even so sure, but I just booked it very recently. I will be spending the entire month of May in New York City, so East Coast, North, and I'm so looking forward to seeing people there. And I know that there are quite a few students, quite a few fellow practitioners and Reiki teachers. So I just can't wait to see you in New York City. So I'll be there from the 28th of April for a month. And I'm mentioning that because I really want to um, get in touch more deeply. And as wonderful as the internet is, but there is nothing that can replace the physical proximity of people, the touch, the sensation, just being next to that person. And even though I understand, especially with our heightened intuitive abilities through Reiki, we can get that over the internet as well. And it's just not quite the same. I had a conversation yesterday with a psychologist, and he said since the pandemic, he's only working on Zoom now. And it does work well. And yes, I do understand it works well once you know how to work the technology. And yet it is really something different to be there in person. And Venetia is here. Hi, Venetia in London. It's so wonderful to see that Alternatives in London is running so many in-person workshops and talks and so on again as well. It's just very important. And yet so many of these workshops now have this added layer of also being streamed. And that means that they are more accessible. Where I'm doing the workshops at present, the technology is either not in place or we cannot work them. I don't know. But anyway, so these are in-person workshops only, but I will be doing more online as well. And I do realize that there are lots of questions, lots of issues, lots of demands out there. So if there's something in particular that you want to discuss, that you feel we should have a whole show about a particular topic, or that you feel should even make it into a workshop, into a publication, um, into a blog entry or something like that, then please let me know. It's just so interesting, so important that we just stay connected and that we get more and more Reiki out there, and we will. It's only a matter of time, or very short time now, to put the Reiki revolution on a much, much bigger platform and reach many, many more people. But more to that, or more about that when we get there. First of all, let's work a little bit on the foundation of love. So I would like to invite you to bring your hands together and close your eyes and set your intention to connect to Reiki. And for a moment, just feel the connection. And feel the love of Reiki. And now bring your hands to your heart. Just place the hand one on top of the other. It doesn't matter which one goes first. On your heart. And feel the flow of Reiki into your heart, and feel it opening your heart. Just set your intention, or allow Reiki to open your heart and make you feel the love that you hold in your heart. And now let this love expand from your heart, step by step, filling your entire body with love. Your chest, your all the way up to your shoulders and into your arms and hands, down, filling your entire torso, your hips, your legs, your feet, and your neck and your head. Just fill your entire body with love. and beyond. Fill your energy field with love, your aura, layer by layer. Just become this bubble of love. A bubble that cannot burst because the love is always there. And now take a moment to let your mind take you to where you are at present in your life, physically, mentally, emotionally, career, relationship wise, whatever situation you're in. And just feel the love within and see at all these aspects from a point of love. And whatever you think about, always stay centered, anchored in your heart, in the love that you are. And finally, feel yourself as love and as being loved. And then, when you're ready, gently bring your hands back in Gasho, thank Reiki, and open your eyes again. And just take a moment listening inside, still filled with love. So, this is the self love I've been told to share because it is the foundation of all love for others. And once you love yourself, of course, you also look after yourself. You do something for yourself and you deserve it. It's so often that we deny ourselves something because we feel, so who am I? Do I really deserve it? Well, who am I not? We're spiritual beings in a body. We are love. So, of course, we deserve things. Not in a needy way, but in a way being rooted and coming from love. Thank you so much for joining. I found that was very, very powerful, and I always say that, but it's just fascinating to be able to share all these exercises live, not just to facilitate them, but to experience them while we are doing that together, and to sense the connection with everybody. It's just a fabulous connection that we are having. And let's just, in the spirit, move to our regular Reiki share again to deepen the love, to open more to love, to heal on so many levels. Of course, we've been hurt so many times in our lives, so there are scars. Well, there may indeed be open wounds that need to be attended to, that need to be healed. So, if that is the case with you at present, ask Reiki to help with this for the Reiki share now. If you are struggling from a physical problem, from pain, then direct Reiki there. Just set your intention that Reiki may help with this. Or if it's a situation, if it's struggling with a certain decision, or it's if it's feeling completely lost, do set your intention that Reiki may help with this. Doing this together, powerfully opening up together and receiving Reiki through everybody taking part in the Reiki share will just make a huge, huge difference. So, once more, when you're ready, just bring your hands together again, connect or reconnect to Reiki. Just close your eyes and really center yourself. And then, when you're ready, set your intention to connect with everybody on this Reiki share. Everybody who is listening live, joining live, and everybody who will join in a replay at a later stage. And if you've learned the connection or distance symbol, you can just use this, just draw it, and then set your intention to connect with everybody on this Reiki share. you may just want to really sense in what's happening. You're receiving Reiki directly, you're sharing it with everybody, and you're receiving it from everybody. You can also listen inside. How do you feel at present? Is there anything coming up? Can you feel that you are able to let go of anything that bothers you? And you can then slowly come back into the here and now. Just once more, bring your hands together, thank Reiki. And when you're ready, open your eyes again and take your time to be fully present again. This is where I wanted to get today. Just primarily this deep, deep experience of the love that we hold inside. We are capable of so much when we tap into this core, into this power. And next week, we will look at Reiki questions again. There are so many questions, and I see this one right there at the moment. Is saying the name of the distance symbol as powerful as drawing it? Um, Traditionally, the symbol has been drawn or visualized, but particularly drawn. And the idea is to use an element of calligraphy. So you draw, and step by step, stroke by stroke, you are kind of taking your awareness, your subconscious, into this higher vibrational level on which we then work. But it is combined with the name, and the name, or mantra, really is, which I suppose you're referring to Honsha Seishonen for the connection symbol. This is also very powerful. First, it's the actual saying it, the power of the sound by saying it out, or saying it out loud even. And of course, there's the meaning. And the meaning is that we are all connected, and we are just tapping into this connectedness. So we are going beyond the self-identification as an individual separated being. And we are tapping into the quantum level and into the world where everything is connected and where we can work on this connection. I would suggest to try it out. Give 2 treatments to somebody, or 2 short treatments or so, and just see whether it makes any difference for them and or for you. And then you will know what's best. They are switched on, they're drawn, but they're very much kind of switched on by intention. So the intention is a very key element to using the symbols. And once the intention is there, that is ultimately the overriding factor. What an exciting, well, lunchtime here in LA, evening in Europe. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being there. Please share this with other people. Maybe just the exercise, that people can try the exercise for themselves, of just really finding this power of love within. And I look forward to seeing you again next week, to seeing you maybe at one of the live events in Los Angeles and later in New York City, where nothing is set as yet, but we will just see how things are going to develop there. And in summer again in London. And let's just stay connected. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you for making this such a wonderful community event. And before we go, I need to press the right button again, but I need to find it. So it's somewhere there. And once more, thank you. Goodbye.